Ah, yes, the Proud Boys, aka America's premier group of fascist dumplings cosplaying as their favorite Call of Duty skins. About a month back, these weird Nazi freaks took a break from their online Nazi study groups to be Nazis in public, holding a Summer of Love rally in Portland, Oregon on August 23rd. The Proud Boys, which you will notice I am pronouncing with a Z because they would hate that, or they'd love it, I don't know, it's just fun, were met with resistance from anti-fascist protesters, and the confrontation quickly escalated into a day of violence that saw dozens of people get maced, shot with paintball guns, and brutally beaten, including one unarmed man who was savagely attacked by a Proud Boy in his vehicle. Or as Andy No would explain it, a vehicle was smashed by, ooh, who can say? Weird how he seemingly deleted that tweet, and how Andy No has a whole lot of tweets he'll spam out and then delete later, like this one recapping recent Antifa violence that lists 3 events, the first being a reporter that was stabbed by an anti-masker and not anti-fascist, the second being when a man yelled racial slurs and then fired a gun at Antifa members, and the third being a Proud Boy who was shot in the foot during a scuffle that, to be fair, probably was with Antifa. I don't know, pretty weird that this self-proclaimed reporter slash terrorism expert, who was allowed to testify to the Senate, would tweet out this list of events as Antifa violence, despite most of them not being that, like he was lying or something, or maybe he's not a very good reporter, I don't know. At one point his Twitter banner was drawn by a white nationalist, and he has been seen just hanging out with them, but I'm sure it's just a weird mistake, or maybe he's a liar and propagandist for fascists. Anywho, the Portland police declined to intervene in all of this, stating that the people involved should be responsible for keeping themselves separate.
People should be aware, as the chief had said in his statement last night, people should not necessarily expect to see the police standing in the middle of the crowd trying to keep people apart. People need to keep themselves apart and avoid physical confrontation.
Now, this is a noticeable departure from the standard operating procedure the cops observe when literally anyone other than white supremacists hold a rally. Truly, some of those that work forces are the same that work forces while sporting visible racist tattoos. And as I mentioned, this lack of police intervention all ended with some racist dude firing at a group of anti-fascist protesters from behind a trash can, although because of the guy's general density and choice of attire, it initially appeared as though the garbage can itself was shooting at people. One of the Antifa protesters returned fire with approximately 7 shots fired in total. Thankfully, nobody was killed, and the literal gunfight was enough to get the cops to finally show up, though it must be stressed that the reason the unchecked street war LARP didn't end in a multiple murder had nothing to do with the cops and everything to do with the shooter's aim. Damn fine police work, as always. Weird pattern where white supremacists are completely ignored until it's too late, and you have to wonder how involved the cops would have been if, say, anti-fascist protesters or Black Lives Matter activists had been the ones out there smashing up cars. Except, no, you don't have to wonder, because we literally have, figuratively, thousands of hours of video of it. Interesting-ish coinky that very same day, Proud Boy leader Enrique Tarrio was sentenced to 5 months for destruction of property and attempted possession of a large-capacity ammunition feeding device. He was participating in a protest against the election of Joe Biden last December like a little snowflake when he and a number of others pulled down a Black Lives Matter banner from Asbury United Methodist Church in Washington, D.C. and set it on fire. Tarrio was arrested on January 4th, 2 days before the January 6th attack on the Capitol, with several weapon magazines in his car, hence the second charge. Whew! Bullet dodged, am I right? Imagine what could have happened had he successfully transported all of that ammunition to Washington. It's a good thing we have no reason to believe another armed insurrection will happen again anytime, or that this will continue to compound in some stupid way, or like they still don't know who planted all those pipe bombs for some reason. Can you imagine if they still didn't know who that was? To signal that I am comforted and safe, I shall wipe my brow again. Hey, thanks for watching that clip. Here's the evergreen end plate to ask you to like and subscribe. It's any day of the year where you are.